Today, guys, we're going to be talking about tracking your business. I know it's not the sexiest topic, but that's why you see people going out there and having a ton of success, because the people who take their business super, super serious, they are tracking. Tracking is super, super important in general. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the most successful athletes on the planet, tracking every single workout, every single micronutrient that they're putting into their body. Doesn't matter if we're talking about Fortune 500 companies tracking every dollar of revenue going into their business. Doesn't matter if we're talking about tracking your trades. Whatever you track grows, and you cannot grow what you do not track. I like to say this: tracking gives you a level of awareness that you never would have had you had not been tracking. So for example, if you're tracking your trades and you look back over the course of the last month, 6 months, year, and you could see every single trade you took on X currency pair you ended up losing, you can cut that out of your trading plan, and then boom, guess what? Now you're all of a sudden having massive success, massive momentum. But you never would have had that growth. You never would have had that awareness had you had not been tracking. So guys, remember this: tracking gives you a level of awareness that you never would have had if you were not tracking within the first place. So that's what we're going to be talking about. But today is an IBO call. Today is a business call. So we're going to be talking about 6 key factors that you have to track in order to get to the next level. For me, all the different chairmen, all the different 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners within the business, they're all tracking the same things 99.9% of the time, and I'm going to give them to you so you can start tracking and taking this thing serious. You could start going from amateur to professional. You could start, going from little league baseball to major league baseball. Okay, let's jump into it. So number one, I made this slideshow very, very quick. As you guys literally saw me, I was editing this before the call took place. So it's not supposed to be super, super pretty, but it's very, very effective. So let's jump into it. Number one, first thing you want to track is how close you are specifically and how close your team is to the next rank. Shout out to Skyler, because I was talking to him about his business and how close he is to the next level. And, it's so funny because he sent me this picture right before. And I was like, yo, this is perfect for this training. Can I use this, bro? And he was like, of course. So shout out to him. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to quiz you guys. How close is Skyler to Platinum 1000? He clicked on rank report. Back off this guy. Drop in the chat real quick. How close? Hold on. All right, guys, if we can keep ourselves muted, that'd be amazing. All right, how close is Skyler to Platinum 1000 based off this? 3 people, 2 to 3 people. Awesome. Yeah, the answer is it depends, right? So you could see where it says 380 remaining, that bottom number towards the bottom. 380 remaining is how close he is to the next rank. So you take that number 380 and you divide it by, let's just say, whatever packages that you're enrolling people within the most. So the individual packs, whether it be SMX or whether it be e-commerce, those packs are worth 75 in volume. The trading packs, the other regular packs individually, are worth 150 in volume. So with those, he would need about 3. If he's doing the empowered membership, which is our most popular membership, the pick 2, it's 190 in volume. So 190 times 2 is what? 190 times 2 is 380. So he's 2 exactly. That's crazy. Exactly 2 empowered memberships away from smashing Platinum 1000. Or the all-in membership is 210. What's the empowered membership volume? I think it's 200 and I want to say it's 210. I think it's 230 for the initial month, and then it's 210 or 215, something like that. But yeah, guys, so the amount of how close you are to the next level is a direct reflection of that number at the bottom. And then you can divide that by whatever membership that you're getting people started on, whether it be the individual memberships, the empowered membership, the all-in membership. But that shows you exactly how close you are to the next level. And it's very, very important for you to know exactly how close you are and your team is to the next level. Because what I like to do is I like to, I'll call people and I'll be like, yo, bro, do you realize, like, I'll call Skyler. If I see this in the back, I'll be like, bro, you realize you're only 2 people away from Platinum 1000. Let's knock it out. To create even more urgency, I'll say, yo, the pay period ends Monday at 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever rank you hit before that time is going to determine how much you get paid, not that Friday, but the following Friday. So basically you get paid a whole another week early than would than if you would have hit the rank on Tuesday. So, bro, let's get it done this weekend. But you're not going to be able to create that sense of urgency within people if you don't know how close you are / how close other people are to that next level. So that's number one. In addition to that, you want to track the structure of your business, right? You want to be tracking who is actually under who, because it's very, very important to know the structure of your business so that you can actually go out there and build it in the right way. In fact, this is just a random drawing that I made. This is not a real person's business, but Platinum 600 is 444, right? Or 543. So the way that it works is I have every single new person go on Canva. This is on Canva. Go on the whiteboard and you can literally draw out, okay, here's me and here's 12 circles. That's P600. That's that core rank. And when you can visually see your target, it's a lot easier to hit the target. And you could also see who's towards the bottom of the structure, because that's also very, very important information as well. Example, if I take a look at the structure on the right-hand side, if I get somebody started and I want to place them in the business, I'm going to place them under Drake. The reason I'm going to place them under Drake in this example is because if I place somebody under Drake, guess what? That's going to help Drake, Leah, Dawn, and Sarah. It's going to help all of them, right? Versus if I just place them in Sarah's second structure or third structure, that only helps Sarah. So you want to build depth, and it's very, very important to understand the structure of your organization. So guys, first and foremost, as you guys are going out there and building this business, number one, how close you are and your team is to that next level and the structure of your organization. Number two, you want to be tracking your leads and the people on your team's leads, because when you have a new person, they don't know to track, they don't know to follow up, they don't know these things. And so you as the leader have to be that individual to actually track everything when you're going out there and talking to new people. So I use Notion. I use Notion for literally everything, but I actually have, a whole pipeline of what step my people are on, and it's color coordinated by priority, low priority, meaning not interested or not wanting to join right away, or very seemingly interested and wanting to join tomorrow. And then, so it's color coordinated like that. I kind of blurred it out because there's a bunch of people's names on there, obviously. And then from there, cold leads is just people that I just met. So if I meet Bob tomorrow, boom, I add him onto that section. And then I just move him from the left side to the right side. So then it goes from cold to warm. I build up a connection. I form with this person. Then a discovery call. I hop on a quick connect call to ask about their story and then share my story and then invite them to see what it is that we do, which is the presentation, the next step. And then there's a couple steps that are cut off that I couldn't fit on this page. But after that, it's three-way call. After that, it's follow-up. After that, if they joined or if they just weren't interested, and I literally just drag them from the left to the right, and you can visually see what step that they're on, and it is very, very organized. So that's number two, tracking your list, tracking the people that you're talking to, your leads, and also your teams as well. Number three, one of the most important things is how many people that you want to be tracking your DMOs. You want to be tracking what you're doing on a daily basis. If you want to have a good 2024, you have to have good months. In order to have good months, you have to have good weeks. In order to have good weeks, you have to master your day. So I like to track a little bit of everything, but the most important part when it comes to the business is exposures and people who are getting started. Now, this is actually my text that I sent out. I don't know why I thought this was yesterday, but a couple days ago, we have a little accountability chat and you could see, okay, cool. Did I hop on Go Live today? Yes. Did I post in the chat? Yes. Did I post? I didn't actually post on my page that day. So I just put out stories. How many people did I reach out to and follow up with? How many people did I show the plan to and how many people got started? Now, this is one of the most important things that you could track is how many people did I show the business to and how many people got started. iMastery Academy doesn't pay you to make a list. They don't pay you to, do personal development. They don't pay you to do anything other than getting people started. So all that really matters is how many people are getting started, and the number of people that get started is a direct reflection of how many people you exposed. So this is the most important thing that you should be tracking when it comes to your daily DMOs. Number four is team progress. All right, I'm getting people started. Now what? Answer is you want to be tracking the progress of your team. How can you help your team level up if you don't know where it is that they're at? So this is another thing that I created in Notion. It's another template. By the way, I could send these to you guys at the end so you guys can actually duplicate these for yourself. But the moment I get a new member started, I put them in that section. Awesome. You can see I have little directions for each one. So it's like send the fast start training, add them into the chats, welcome flyer, connect with their team. Then after that, the next step is going through the fast start training. then hopping on a call with them to answer any questions and make sure that they understood the next steps, then getting them the results with the products, making sure that they're going through the academy, making sure that they're hopping on go live, making sure they're mastering one strategy, etc., etc. And then once they get results with the products, what do you think they're going to probably want to do? Share the information with other people. Then we'll go into the launch, the why, the goals, the list, the invite. We're actually going to launch their business. And then I want to help them get their first customer. And then I want to help them hit P150. And then I want to help them hit P600, right? So I'm tracking the progress of the people within the organization. Number 5, the 5th thing that's super, super important to track is the numbers that you have when it comes to events. Specifically, the conventions are the most important, then the Super Saturdays, then the smaller meetings. And yeah, as a person in this business, your business is either growing or it's dying. And how can you tell if your business is growing or dying? One of the easiest ways to tell is how many people do I have at the next event? If I have more people at the next event than I did at the last, then my business is growing. If I have less people at the next event than I did at the last event, then you know for a fact that your business is going backwards and a red flashing siren should be going off in your head that something's wrong and you got to figure something out and fix it, whatever that might be. But event number, I like to think of it as like your vital signs, right? Your vital signs. If you see someone laying on the ground and you're like, you want to check if they're alive, what do? You check their pulse, you check their vital signs. One of the vital signs, in business, they call them key performance indicators of your business is how many people that you have at the events. So every single event, I'm making sure that I have more people than I did at the last event, whether it be a big convention, that's obviously the most important. Those are the most important events of the year. So for example, we have Budapest, Hungary coming up in Europe. We have Arizona coming up in April in the US. I'm making sure at that event, I had more people than I did at the last convention, as an example. That's the most important event. But also on a smaller level, also on a Super Saturday level. So for example, let's say that we had an event in Seattle out here. We had 30-something people, almost 40 people at this last event. My goal for this next one is to have 50 or 60 or 70. And then after that, 100 and so on and so forth. Your business is either growing or it's dying. Number 6, last but not least, is just tracking your back office and tracking if people are active or not with their subscription so that you know, again, how close you are to the next level, how close your team is to the next level. And obviously you're making sure that these guys are, plugged in with the education. For me, when it comes to the chats, the amount of value that we have in our Telegram chat, in our text chats is worth so much money. It's absolutely insane. And for people to just be within the community without being an active member doesn't make any sense to me. So the way that I like to do it is you should be most businesses are tracking on a daily basis. And the more often that you track, the more information that you're going to get, the better that's going to be. But if you're not bare minimum, like worst case scenario, like you had the worst week ever, tracking at least once a week to make sure so-and-so is active or not within your team, that's a problem. That's a very, very big problem. So I would say, hey, track daily. Do you know how easy it is to open up the back office and see, okay, cool. Did my numbers go up from yesterday or did they go backwards? Oh, they went down. Okay, cool. Well, let me see where that came from so that you could actually see, oh, wow, Bob fell off. Let me actually reach out to him and make sure he's good. So that is very, very important. Just as important as attaining new customers is retaining people that have been in and making sure that they're good as well. So those are the 6 main things that you have to track in order to blow this thing up, in order to have a lot of success, in order for you to go out there and hit that chairman level, that 6-figure level, that 7-figure level. Those are 6 things that you have to track regardless of what's going on in your life.